Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. Today we have on test drive the brand new Opel Frontera. This is the 2025 version and I have with me the full hybrid 145. It comes from horsepower, 145 horsepower. It's a mild hybrid plus, a little bit more advanced than a normal conventional mild hybrid. That means the car it's able to drive also in electric only mode for a few, I would say for a few seconds or for a short period of time. And in this video I will explain you how this system works. You can get the car with less horsepower, around 100 horsepower, or you can get this one which is more powerful, but you can get this Frontera as a full electric, and I hope I can get that car for test. So stay close if you want to see. Probably next weeks or next days will come on the channel. Basically it's based on the same smart car platform which Stellantis Group use. Also I tested a few days ago Citroën C3 Aircross, which is built on the same platform, same motors, same configuration as the electric, same configuration as hybrid version. There are a few differences here and there. For example, this Frontera you can get it only as an automatic transmission 6-speed, where the Citroën C3 Aircross you can get it also with a manual transmission. But I explain you a little bit more in that video. If you want to see it, definitely check out the series of videos with C3 Aircross. In this video we will drive the car. I will have separate videos with this Frontera, full review, interior, exterior, material quality. We will talk a little bit more about those differences, but in this video I want to focus on driving, and I will drive the car and I will give you the feedback on how it's on the road. Regarding the design, it looks lovely. I think it looks much better than Citroën C3 Aircross. From my point of view, I like much more this design. I think the Frontera design is much more clean and it looks pretty attractive and modern for these days. I have top of the range version, the GS, and I have this beautiful green color. Man, I love so much. I really like this green color. I think this is one of my favorite color that I saw, at least on this Frontera. We have 17-inch rims. On the entry-level version it starts with 16. If you want to have more comfort you can go for 16, but I think 17, they look good. They have plenty of rubber, so to give you a good comfort and also good economy. On the rear, normal brake disc, ventilated brake disc on the front. Also it comes only in two colors, in two paints. You can see black and then the other color which you choose. Very important, this Frontera doesn't use the same dampers, hydraulic dampers, as C3 Aircross. So C3 Aircross it's a little bit more comfortable, where this Frontera it's a little bit more stiffer, more sporty orientated, and I will explain you in this video also the steering wheel and the direction as well. Now it doesn't come with keyless entrance. You have to lock and unlock the car from the key, but it comes with electric folding mirrors. It comes with plenty safety features which I will explain in this video. The interior also it's quite different than, even though it's on the same platform, it's quite different than C3 Aircross. It looks really good, really modern. I like, even though the car comes with textile material, to be honest I really like those seats and I think they are very smart. Down here you see they leave a little bit of hole in this area in order to sit down here. That will create a good kind of comfort, but in the same time will take off your back pain. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, they're made on purpose like that. Anyway, you have side support, manual adjustment, normal pedals. Here you have some buttons to deactivate speed limit, warning, lane assist, and the lights. Here inside you have to start the car in a classic way because it doesn't have a start stop engine button. You can adjust the steering wheel up, down, forward, backward, very simple. Very good visibility. You have this layout of screen. The multimedia screen, it's tilted to the driver, which I like very much. You can see right now. Climatic system, physical button for the climatic system, which is great. And you have this armrest which you can adjust in textile material. You have electronic handbrake and you have the shift-by-wire transmission. It comes with a 6-speed automatic transmission. You have D mode, reverse, and you have this L mode. By the way, the L mode comes from low when you activate it. When you go downhill it will kind of use the engine brake and more regenerative brake, kind of a B mode on the other car manufacturers. I really love how they lay out and how they made those screens because it's perfect positioned, and also you have a very good position through the steering wheel, good grip on the steering wheel, good quality. The steering wheel, by the way, it's in ecological leather. and I like that. Very good visibility around the windows, the same as on the C3 Aircross. Great visibility in the mirrors. I really like, I like the way you stay when you're driving here, and the layout position, all the buttons where they are positioned, they're pretty ergonomic, very good. Now, before we start, I want to give you some technical data about the car and some information. As I said, the very important thing on a car, it's the price, right? So the first edition, they call it, like the entry-level version, this Opel Frontera start at 22,400 euro. This is the basic starting price for this configuration, and the GS version start at 25,200 euro. It's a pretty good price for what this car offers, for how much space it has. It's very, very good. You can get it also optional as a 7-seater, which is fantastic. It's a 774 euro option, and you can get another, the color, another option, and you can get also another package which include heated steering wheel, heated windshield, and heated seats. Now, the version that I have with me is the hybrid 145. It comes with a 1.2 liter 3 cylinders inline petrol engine. It's a front wheel drive. It's connected to a 28 horsepower electric motor and a 0.9 kilowatt hour lithium battery, a 48 volt lithium battery, plus the 6-speed automatic transmission. This car, the Opel claimed that you can drive up to 50% of the time in electric mode in the city, which is quite interesting, and I will explain you about that as we drive. 0 to 100 the car can do in 9 seconds. Top speed 190 km per hour. The fuel tank capacity 44 liters. Turning circle 10.9 meter. Ground clearance around 20 centimeters, and consumption VLTP 5.5 liter. We will test and we will see what kind of consumption we can get today. Also CO₂ emission 122 grams, 122 grams. Trunk space we will talk in the review video, and the weight of the car 1,344 kilograms. It's a pretty light car, and I like that. Regarding the suspension, McPherson suspension, independent on the front and on the rear torsion bars. They are different suspension than on the C3 Aircross, even though they are built on the same platform. On the Frontera, they are set up to be a little bit more sportier, a little bit more stiffer. Anyway, now before we start driving, I want to explain you something. For example, if you have the climatic system on low, or if you use the climatic system, let's say on higher levels, I noticed that the petrol engine is most of the time on, and it uses a lot of energy, and the petrol engine have to be on. But if you put it, for example, on 22 degrees or 21 or 22 around here, and then you use it on level 1, 2, 3, or even stop it. If you stop the climatic system, you can see the petrol engine, it's also stop. And if you start driving right now, you drive only in electric mode. You can see as long as you have energy, you drive in electric mode, which is great. But as soon as you start the climatic system, and as soon as the climatic system use more energy, then I noticed that all the time, permanently, no matter of the condition, the petrol engine will stay on. So if you want to drive as most efficient as possible, let's say, you have to try to use as less as possible the climatic system. And if you're living in a country where you don't have super hot weather, then we'll be fine. I will reset the consumption now so we can see at the end of the trip. Now it's perfect, and you can see also a nice, super nice graphic here on the front with what happened with energy in real time. You can see when the car recuperates, when the petrol engine is running, when the electric motor is running, and you have a nice screen, nice graphic, digital screens there. Anyway, let's start driving. It comes with electronic handbrake but not auto hold. Otherwise, the steering wheel, by the way, it's set up to be a little bit stiffer. So if you compare it with Citroën C3 Aircross, Citroën, it's a little bit more lighter, more easier to drive in the city, so you can go easier around. The steering wheel is smaller, but this one, it's set up for the people that want to have the suspension a little bit more sportier, to give you a better harsh feeling, and also the steering wheel and the suspensions are just like that. It's a great setup. I think they did super good, because some people prefer the car like that and some people prefer to have a super light car. So it's great that even though they use the same platform, the car seems to be quite different. So there are basically quite big difference between those two, and I like that you have a feeling, a totally different feeling, like you're having a different car. Now, regarding the driving modes, you have only one driving mode. You cannot switch between eco, normal, sport or something like that. And regarding the recuperation, you have also a normal mode, drive mode, and you have this L mode that help you, for example, when you go downhill, to recuperate a little bit more and to use the engine brake a little bit more. Now I want to go on the highway a little bit so we can drive a little bit higher speed, so I can give you a feedback how it's and how will the car react. It's not a sporty car, don't expect to be a sporty car, but it's a very good configuration, and I like the way the engine work in combination with electric motor. The gearbox is great, it's changing the gears exactly when it's supposed to change. From time to time, when you try to push it harder in certain moments, the car have a little bit of delay, but not in every situation. So as I said, it's not a sporty car, but the fact that you have an electric motor help you to have a faster reaction, and in certain moments it responds quite quick. But of course, like the combustion engine combination in a hybrid mode, sometimes you can feel some delays, you know, when you need the power. But in general, as long as you drive normal, as long as you drive in the speed limit and you don't try to push it hard, you don't try to drive sporty, the car will react perfectly. So I have, from what I test, let me turn on the climatic system. I will leave it on 22 degrees and level 2, I would say, something like that. And yeah, the climatic system work fine. When it comes to sound insulation, the car doesn't have double glass, it's single glass, the same as C3 Aircross, but the sound insulation, it's fine, it's decent. I can't say it's the best, I can't say it's the worst, it's somewhere, I would say, a little bit over the average, so it's quite fine. You hear a little bit of noise when you reach or over 120 km/h. I think after that you start to hear some noise from outside, but up to 120 km/h the car is doing super fine. The comfort and the stability at high speed is good, in special on this Frontera, because the suspension are set up a little bit stiffer, so you have a better feedback to the ground and you have a better feedback to the steering wheel, because it sits quite well on the road. Now the car doesn't come with autopilot, so you don't have adaptive cruise control and you don't have lane keeping assist or lane staying assist. It has just lane warning, that keeping assist, like they push you back in the lanes. If you go outside the lane, the car will push you back. I cannot show you right now because there are cars. Maybe right now I can show you. So if you go out, you see they push you, the car push you back between the lanes, which is a great safety feature. It has emergency brake, blind spot technology in the corners, but it doesn't have adaptive cruise control. It doesn't have autopilot, like keeping you between the lanes all the time, you know. So that's something to keep in mind. But when we think about the price that Opel offered this car, I think it's a great price for what they offer. You have also navigation here. You have also the possibility to connect Apple CarPlay, Android Auto Wireless, which is great. There are many things that feel premium in the car. The seats are super comfy. You have side support. You stay good on the seats. They're a great combination, and I think for long trips will be comfy, but in the same time, if you drive a little bit more, let's say, dynamic, it holds you well, good visibility through the steering wheel, good grip, a little bit higher position of driving, so you see everything around you very well. I think this car find his place on the market very well. like an affordable car, you know, around 26,000 euro. I think it's a great price for how much space in the back have, and I really recommend you to check out the full review to see how spacious is the car. And you can get it also as a 7-seater, so in this segment probably it's one of the most spacious car, and in this price range as well. If I would buy the car, definitely I will go for this hybrid 145 or for the electric version. I think those will perform the best. And I know there are discussion regarding this engine with 3 cylinders, but now when we take into consideration that it has also an electric motor that helped the petrol engine, that's a total other discussion. So you can say it's a pure petrol engine, and it works fine in combination with the engine. I noticed that the transition are smooth. You hear it from time to time, of course, when you push it harder, but in general the transition, it's pretty smooth. Regarding the recuperation, when you release the acceleration, the car will recuperate some energy back into the battery, but it's not very strong, and I think it's perfect the way it is. So you can see when you release, you don't have other option to let it roll. So when you release the acceleration, the car immediately will start to recuperate the energy, but not very harsh. It's not as hard as on electric cars. So that's something to keep in mind. So you see, it's recuperate, but around 5 to 10% in power, which is great. Also, I noticed that at high speeds, I tell you, up to 120 km/h, the car, it sits quite well. So it has a pretty good stability, very good visibility, and it's also quite quick. If you want to cross past other cars, you can do it without any problem. So if you accelerate, you have a little bit of delay, and then it's reaching the speed without any problem. And you can see even at higher speeds, the car, it stays perfect. Over 120, you start to hear a little bit of wind and a little bit of noise, but it's nothing serious. And outside today also it's pretty windy, so it's kind of normal. But in terms of stability, I really like how the car, it sits on the road. I think it's doing a great job. And you don't hear the engine too harsh. As long as you drive normal, everything run pretty good, pretty smooth. We will go also in the city a little bit. Now you see, I release the acceleration pedal, and the car is recuperating the energy. It shows you the graphic there with what happened with the energy in real time. So right now you release, and the car is recuperating the energy back into the battery. And it's not very powerful, but it's plenty powerful in order to anticipate the traffic and to not use the physical brakes. That will help you a lot in the time, because you're not going to change the brake discs as often, or the brake pads. I like also this physical button for hazard light. It's very well placed here. Everything seems to be placed quite well, exactly what you need to change in terms of settings. You can change it easy. Opel claimed that you can drive the car up to 50% of the time only in electric mode. which I totally believe that, but I tend to believe it more when you have the climatic system turned off, because I notice climatic system use plenty of power, and yeah, I tend to run through the petrol engine. Otherwise, the car seems to be well built. Seems that Stellantis group improved this engine. Before was 135 horsepower, and then they improved the software, and I think they make also some hardware changes to this system, and now seems to be a little bit smoother, a little bit more powerful, and a little bit more mature. So to be honest, I tell you, I drive it on this Frontera, I drive it on the C3 Aircross, and I have to say that definitely it's a good option. Of course, there are a few things that I wish to have extra on the car, like auto hold function. That would be awesome. And otherwise, I don't know. For the price that they offer the car, I think it's totally fine. And there are a few things, and regarding also the driving, that make you feel like you're driving a much more expensive car. The price of this Opel Frontera, it's very close to the prices from Dacia cars, and I think it's a pretty big competitor for them. And in certain moments you feel like you want to pay a little bit more to have something, let's say, better quality, better build in terms of the interior, I mean, and in certain moment it feels a little bit more refined. And also the car, it's pretty beautiful. I really like the design of this Frontera. It is practical and it looks good. It's kind of a boxy look, but a boxy nice look, not a boxy ugly. It's a boxy nice. And it's so practical. You will see how much space in the review video. Definitely check out that video to see information about the interior. We talk about multimedia. I will show you how you can connect your phone, and I will explain you a little bit more in terms of differences. But on this platform, Stellantis group use it also for other cars, and can accommodate also a full electric car and also hybrids or pure petrol. So definitely that's budget, family, practical, pretty good build car and pretty efficient. And like I said, also with Citroën C3 Aircross, if you're on the market for a budget, family, spacious car with plenty of great things and plenty of things that feel premium, that feel more expensive, I think this is a great car to put it on the list and to go and try to test drive it and see if you like it. I think it's great. Turning circle 10.9 meter, it's great. You can turn it around, drive it in the city, drive it on the highway without any problem. You have a very good position of driving, so you see everything around you extremely well. And you can see right now we are driving in electric only. Let me try to park around here. I want to show you also the camera, which came standard on the car. Going reverse, and that's it. So you have parking sensor, 6 on the front, 6 on the rear. Put it in park, electronic handbrake. Let's see the consumption. We have, come on, where are you? We have around 6 liter. Wow, it's pretty good. And you see this is our trip, and this is for the whole, but this is also with a climatic system. But wow, 6 liter, it's very good. Why I say that? Because the VLTP, it's 5.5 liters. It's super fine. I mean, it's a great mix of driving, and the car is pretty new. We have 2,400 kilometers. So after 10,000 kilometers, the petrol engine tend to use less energy, less petrol, which is great. So yeah, it's efficient, it's spacious, it has a good price, it's beautiful. So I definitely think that's a car that you should take into consideration if you have a family, if you have 1-2 kids, because you have plenty of space, and it's a pretty good price. And also it's kind of built in Europe, so in Slovakia. So that says a lot about the quality that they put in this car. So yeah, okay guys, that was the video. I hope it was useful. I hope you get some useful information from here. If you have question, ask me down below, whatever question you have. Thank you very much to all of you that watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. That will mean a lot for me, that will help me a lot. So thank you for being here. So stay safe and don't miss out the full review with the same car. So see you soon in the next one. Bye guys.